Street, there it is, dog. What's going on with you?
Where you get that music from, man? What's going on, man?
Man, look here, dog. That's the view. That's the music we had, dog. That's what we got. That's
we got old cheesy ass music that was, man.
Hey, man, look here. We're gonna get a copyright strike. We might as well do it right. Anyway, hey, man, my bad. It ain't a gotta beat, though. It ain't a gotta beat.
I got it. Gator, dog. Get it straight.
Gator. My bad. Gator. How you a hurricane talking about Gator? Get that out of here.
Gator. Because I was in North Carolina at the time.
Okay.
I was just trying to represent Florida.
We on the corner of Hayes Street. We at the New York Stock Exchange. And we looking at Bitcoin around here, man. $61,294.30. What? No, back in the red, back in the green, back in the red, back in the green, back in the red,
back in the red, back in the green.
Green. That's all you're gonna see all day. But anyway, I'm gonna let Street explain that at some point through this thing, man. But that's where we are right now. And I thought it was fitting because Bitcoin draft stock, NFL Combine affects your draft stock. You see what I'm going with this?
No, you know what? Over the years, though, I not knowing how the stock market worked, I never realized that that's what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Stock up, stock down, trending. I never really. So when I got involved with the stock market, I started saying, I'm gonna start using terms, and I realized they had already been using the terms.
So it's funny. Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead. I don't think they were trying to teach anybody, or maybe they were trying. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My thought process came from teaching kids about investing through football. But when I realized that they were using the terms already, trending, stock up, stock down. Yeah.
So it's funny you say that, right? Because for those that watch the WREs, I watch you have to evaluate the blue chip, right? Blue chips. We've heard that term blue chip athlete.
Right.
But they are blue chip stocks. There are gold chip stocks, silver chip, and bronze chip. And that was kind of my way of using, instead of the 4-star, 5-star, the star system, I said, why not use the chip system, right? A blue chip athlete would be equivalent to a 5-star. Gold chip would be a 4-star. A silver chip would be a 3-star. A bronze chip is a 2. And if you're a 1-star, then, well, you just, you're a penny stock. You're a penny stock. Yeah, you just out there. So
It's just out.
y'all welcome to Hayes Street, man. I am Coach Hayes. That's my dog over there.
Big D Street. I feel like I'm
Big D
leaning or
Street.
something. What's going on, man?
We had too much cane juice, man. We got some canes over there
What's
over there
on,
in
man?
Indianapolis, man.
Get me right, man. Hold up, man.
You good.
Like
You good.
so what's going
So
on, man? The
anyway,
combine going on?
combine going on started today at 3 p.m. in Indianapolis, as always. They starting off with the heavy hitters, the big boys, the D linemen. A lot of them have already run the 40-yard dash. They've done the vertical and the broad jump so far. So
Right.
that's what they have. Here are the events, just so people that may not know it, new to football, just to let you know. The 40-yard dash, the vertical, the broad jump, 3-cone, the shuttle, and the bench. Those are the events right now that's going on. And again, they'll have other things for quarterbacks, passing, and all of that. But those are kind of
Right.
the standard events that happen there, man. So that's
You
what we're
know what
looking at, man.
always you know what always amazed me about the combine?
Hmm.
It is a test. It is a test that plays out on TV in front of everybody. And there's a kid right now, top of his class, junior high school, know exactly what the test is. He know what it's going to be on the test. And for some reason, they don't start studying for the test until 3 months before it's time to go to the draft. It's
Listen, bro.
225. It's a broad jump. It's a you know what I remember talking to Cam Kitchen's dad when he was a freshman and said, "Hey, listen, he's going to take a test in 3 years. You already know what it is. How about y'all start training for the 40 right now?"
Street, I feel like the common theme is we've been saying this from social media now to this to that to making mistakes out there doing illegal activities. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe I just need to walk around slapping cat. I like Bernie Mac meme. Just slapping cats all day, man. Get right. But to your point, you're right. You're right. But a lot of us don't think that we need it until it's time. And the 40-yard dash really is the start. Is the first 10 yards is really what makes your 40-yard dash, is what kills off of those tenths of a second.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's where, and this is why I tell football players, if you are a skill position or you chase a skill position, so basically that's everybody but the offensive lineman, you should be running track. At least in high school, I'm saying. You should be running track for that particular reason, for form and everything else. Now, does that mean you compete in track events? Maybe, maybe not. You may not be fast enough, compared to the team, but still, you're still getting the training. And I believe that that's one thing about Northwestern that was big, and Ice was big with that. Ice was the track coach. And that's why them boys were so fast, because if you play football, you dang on was going to run track.
Right.
You understand me? But every high school athlete should be running track. And if you can do it competitively, that's even better. But when you start talking about running and how to run and how to learn your body, learn your body, what is explosion, all of that stuff. Those are the things they're testing. 40-yard dash, that's your speed, right? Your broad jump. Broad jump is with a standing still. That's testing your explosion, right? How far you can explode. 3-cone drill is testing your agility. How do you get in and out of breaks? How do you stop your body, start your body? Stop your body, start your body. Same thing with the shuttle, right? So 3-cone is about that. Shuttle is the direction change. How can I stop and get back going as quick as I can? And as much as and bench as well is about, strength. However, a lot of these drills do pertain to football, right? Like they do. However, we can look at it, Street, and say, does it really matter? That's another conversation we could lean into a little bit later. But to
Right.
but to your point, you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
Does it? Yeah. No, we can get into that. Does it matter? I know it matters in pocketbooks. It matters in bank accounts. If somebody told you if you're going to run a millisecond, whatever it is, instead of running a 4.5, you run a 4.3, and this gets you in the first round. I mean, we've seen it numerous times. We've seen guys go out there, burn it up, and get drafted. Marcus Van Dyke, you know what I'm saying? Get drafted early because they burnt it up. It matters in that standpoint, but does the combine drills really convert? Right, they really convert to football. It sounds like we back to talk about 707 again, right? Does John Ross having the fastest 40 time ever convert into him being a hell of a wide receiver?
So, perfect example. You glad you brought that up. Jerry Rice. What did Jerry Rice run? A 4.6, 4.7, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you notice Jerry Rice never got caught. Very rarely did Jerry Rice ever get caught.
And he looked really fast.
Yeah. Because he learned how to run. Right? His explosion was huge and all of that stuff. And here's something funny. We start talking about speed. And one thing from a fan's perspective, they think a 4.5 is slow. Like, we're talking tenths of a second. Some of this stuff is hundredths of a second. For all my math people out there, TH on the end, hundredths of a second. We're talking about a 4.51 versus a 4.58. He's slow. What?
No, it's shout out to IOD Squad. I see you. No, listen, literally, real fast. Duke Johnson, when he was training for the NFL Combine, he was training with Philip Dorsett, his teammate, right? Philip Dorsett ran the fastest time. I think he was the one run the Jaguar. They was giving Adidas was giving away a Jaguar, something like that. Philip Dorsett, we all knew was fast as a track star, right? Duke Johnson was training with him in practice. He would tell his mom, when we run in practice, training for the combine, and I'm with Philip Dorsett, we're neck and neck. We're right by each other, right? He would say, we're running and we're right by each other. When he crossed the line, it say 4.2 for him, 4.3 or something for me. You know what I'm saying? And then to the naked eye, Duke felt he was right next to him. So that's how close it is. See, people seem to think that, that's how close it is. Duke seemed to think, Duke was like, it wasn't even that. He felt like he was that close to him.
No, I'm saying people think when they see those numbers, they think it's I couldn't spread my hand too wide.
Right. Yeah. No, literally, it's a what is it called? A photo finish, right?
Yeah.
And the clock, the laser is picking up something you can't see. Dorsett being a tad bit for Duke is close enough to grab Dorsett and put him in a headlock. That's how close he is to him. Right. But the clock says this and that, and then we'd be like, let it tell it just ran a 5.1. like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean that.
Even lineman ran a 4.7. Okay.
Bro, I'm looking right now. Chop Johnson in the 40-yard dash is leading right now from Penn State. He's an edge rusher and clocked a 4.48.
Right.
Now, that is way different. And I'm not knocking Leonard Taylor. Now, that is a difference between 4.48 and 5.1.
That's that get paid money.
Yeah, that's a difference.
That's why you should have been practicing in junior high school.
But a 4.48, but a 4.48, and the next one is Dallas Turner from Alabama, from the crib, ran a 4.47. That's 0.03 of a second difference.
Right. I think somebody saying
that's literally like this, dog.
It's not, but J-Dub, it's not an arm's distance. I see somebody saying it's not an arm's distance.
No, not that close.
Yeah, it's literally the laser picking up one before the other. The naked eye probably really can't see it.
Excuse me. Update. Literally just got updated. Chop Robinson just lost his spot to Peyton Wilson, who's a linebacker at North Carolina State with a 4.44.
Linebackers running?
Linebackers running now.
James Williams finna run? Is James Williams in there? Hold on. Let me pull up my tracker.
It's updated. I got it up here updating. But what I'm just telling y'all is, and still a 4.48 and a 4.44, we're talking 400ths of a second. But the fact that you got edge rushers running faster than linebackers, you got Florida State Deloach ran a 4.55. And again, we're talking, microscopic numbers here.
Yeah.
But again, we're also talking about D tackles versus D ends and edge rushers and that kind of stuff. So I know it gets a little nuanced, but we were just putting the numbers out there to say that those things do make a difference. And these guys are definitely make it happen. Let me see if I can look at the broad jump. You got Houston Christian University, right?
Uh-huh. Right.
I'm saying Jalix Hunt is an edge because everybody hasn't gone yet. That's why you're only hearing these big boys right now. But Jalix Hunt from Houston Christian University on the broad jump jumped a 10.8, 10 feet 8 inches, bro, from a standstill position. That's explosion, dog. God,
that's an NBA basketball goal and a little more.
With room to go.
What?
And room to go. I'm trying to look at a big time name that didn't do as well. We talking about a 10.8. And I'm trying to find somebody else equivalent to him. That's an edge rusher from Houston Christian University. Raise your hand if you ever heard of Houston Christian University.
Houston Christian University.
I'm trying to see an edge right here. Brennan Jackson from Washington State, a 9.6. He done jumped over a full foot over past him. Holla at you. I'm not gonna get on the D tackles too much. Those are the big boys.
What you under? What you under? Ways to watch? You under the tracker? What you under? Combine?
Yeah, I'm on the NFL track, NFL Combine on NFL.com. But anyway,
yeah.
Yeah.
Live results
I've heard of
is what you
mean. Yeah, live results. So anyway, yeah, man. So that's where we are. And guess what this young man, Jalix Hunt, just did? His arrow is up in green right now.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. You have to be invited to this combine. I want people to understand that too. So they have been scouting you. And this is why I tell people, I know people don't want to hear this, but this is why I tell people where you go, it matters. But sometimes it's good to be a big fish in a small pond. You have to really look at yourself in the mirror and understand your skill set and what you have, right? You don't want to get caught in the wash here. We see big time names, but then look at this. This doesn't mean draft, but I'm just saying, of course, the more you win, probably the more invites, because that's the more eyes on you. I get it. But I'm trying to look at some of these other schools. Muhammad Kamara, that's the dude from Colorado State. Remember that number 8, the eye poke? Ooh, ow, my eye. Remember him? When Shador tried, that's the dude that got up under his chin like a party hat, right? This dude jumped to 10.3, but he's from Colorado State. I'm just trying to look at some of these schools. Of course, you're going to always have some of the big. Javon Solomon, a 9.11 from Troy. So I'll say all that to say this. It doesn't always mean the bigger school means the best fit. I hope that makes sense. Houston Christian was Houston Baptist. Thank you, Ken Hall. Appreciate that. I did not know. I've heard of Houston Baptist, but I had never heard of Houston Christian. And now you educated. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm trying to see where Leonard Taylor jumped. Hey, hold on, Leonard.
Shout out to Dallas Turner, dog. Dallas Turner ran the old 4.4.
4.4. Dog, a 4.4 was unheard of, bro.
It was.
This dude played with his hand in the dirt. And these quarterback, and you talking about offensive tackles got to try to block this guy coming off the rock, dog? Like, And these quarterbacks, oh, he's got to read through his progressions. Yeah, all right. Wait on that. Wait on that. I'm trying to find Leonard Taylor. What did he jump? I know he jumped a 9 something, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Peyton Wilson, NC
Oh, here it
State
is.
ran a 4.
9-1.
He jumped a 9-1.
Leonard Taylor jumped the 9-1.
And what he ran, like a 5-5. I wonder if James
5-1.
Williams.
That's not
Is
bad, though.
James,
I have to be honest. 5-1 is not bad.
is James Williams in here under? They run how many times? 3 times?
I think 3, yeah.
Is he in here under a
Or you can scratch
linebacker?
a third if
Yeah, Leonard Taylor ran a 5-1.
I got linebackers up.
Yeah. What is he in here under a linebacker? James Williams.
Let's type his name in.
Let's see. Big time James.
But anyway, yeah, why you looking him up? I'm gonna see. Now I don't think he's run yet. I don't know what he's under, but he hasn't run yet because he hasn't come up.
You don't think he ran yet?
But no, he hasn't, because I typed his name and it didn't pop up. But yeah, it's interesting, man, to see the combine, right? I used to love to sit and just watch it and see these guys, especially before NIL, when they really didn't have, they weren't making any money. And to see these guys, push themselves, and really, within a month, a lot of these guys are going to change their situation, change their lives. You know what I mean? I told you the other day, I despise the terminology, "this my way out." I hate it. I'd rather say, I know it's, tomato, but more of saying, hey, you found a way into a better situation. Maybe that's just the coach speaking in me, but
right.
It's just, you find, instead of that, find my way out, now I'll find my way into a different set of circumstances, man. And that's what's important right there. But yeah, it's still early in the combine. It's just started at 3:00. It's only 7:30. So they're going through it, man. And quarterbacks, I don't know when they go. We're gonna see old Tom Brady dude running out there with his bird chest flopping.
Dude, Dallas Turner is the #1 defensive end. Dude ran a 4.47.
Yeah, bro.
Jared Verse.
You know how fast that is?
That mean some quarterbacks don't run 4.4s, do they? Huh?
There's some DBs ain't running 4.4s. I'm saying, bro, that's not.
That's heat coming out the end, boy.
See, because people are so used to hearing, oh, a 4.3 is fast, which it is, no dispute. But a 4.4, which again, a 1/10 of a second. It's a lot of your favorite DBs out here running 4.5s, 4.6s, believe it or not. A lot of your favorite DBs, but what they make up for, or they lack in foot speed, they make up for in FBI. And that's big right there. Football IQ.
Say linebackers run tomorrow. I thought I had some linebacker times up here.
Yeah, it's a lot of them up there. It's a lot of linebackers up there.
But again,
they may have put them up there because they may be outside linebackers. They probably put them in the same edge.
Gotcha.
Time and stuff. Yeah. Depends. I don't know. Matter of fact, that Peyton Wilson dude, he played middle linebacker for NC State.
Right.
I was killing it. That's the one that had the hamstring tear, something like that.
I wonder how they got it broke down. So check this out. What you think about this?
Mm-hmm. Let
me see. I got to pull this up. Underclassmen in the combine, I got the numbers right here, are down really, really high. And you know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because their bread is now in college football. The boys opting to stay.
Yeah, true story.
Dallas Turner also jumped a 40.5 vertical jump. This man's gonna go top 5.
That's that made in the lab type stuff, dog. For real.
Top 5, man.
Weird science, boy. They made him in the lab, boy. And he showed those signs. But these tests and what these testing things do for a lot of people that don't realize, they kind of validate what they think. And so there's always been a lot of questions. Why do they have to have it? Why do they have to do it? Well, they do it to just get some data points, right? There's a lot of back end stuff that goes to this. This is how they come up with certain draft specs and all of this. Because when you start seeing the norms, there's a lot of statisticians, shout out to the vocabs out there, that they crunch these numbers. And that's how they come up with certain data points. And that's how you see when you're watching a game and the commentator's like, the average defensive end and out there is running a 4.6 and Dallas Turner comes in at a 4.4. That goes to show you this. And the average, they use that stuff as conversation pieces and everything else, man, in these games. And then again, we all run to the barbershop and try to be the first one to say it like we know something. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Check this out. With only 54 underclassmen in this year's NFL draft, NIL and the transfer portal are helping keep some top talent in college football. Between 2016 and 2022, they averaged 115 players left early for the draft. That was the average.
Mm-hmm.
Half of that went early this year. Well, that money boy making them dudes sit down, huh?
Yeah. And also, shout out to Cam Ward, right? I could go make $1 million. Now this is a little different. I had a conversation about the Marvin Harrison coming back versus staying is different than a Cam Ward coming back and staying. If I'm a projected top 10 pick overall, I'm not staying. Now, shout out to DJ Williams, who came up with a very good point. Matter of fact, Miami great. Was it Dime Life? I think he runs. Started.
Dime Life, yeah.
But DJ Williams made a very interesting point in the sense of saying he would stay if he was Marvin Harrison, take out an insurance policy for whatever that first round draft pick money would be in case I get hurt, and do it. That's smart. Me personally, I'm not taking that risk either. I'm gonna go ahead and get in that. I'm gonna go ahead and get in there. If I'm a first 10 picks out the draft. Now, Cam Ward, I think he dabbled, wanted to see what it was. It wasn't high enough. Well, come on back and make $1 million. Because he wasn't going to do it, like that in the league. He would have had to get through that first contract and all of that stuff. So, yeah, I definitely would have done it a little different. Mm-hmm.
So, man, tribute to Dallas Turner running the 4-4, man. It's going to have a look back at Dallas Turner, dog. Look back at Dallas Turner in the barber shop with Footballville.
Some lies being told in there.
Football, give me a reason Miami got a chance to be out there.
The reason why?
This is the year before Miami played Alabama.
The entire team. We losing 2 guys off the team.
So, and they're giving their prediction.
Even if we don't have the talent of Alabama,
turn it up, son.
I feel like you got a Miami team that's kind of like you take back into like the Kansas State team would be, or like a one of those teams that it should be a veteran-led team.
Basically, Rob was wrong. So let's fast forward.
In recent past history, so I changed up.
Now we got Alabama game. Miami got Alabama game 1 this year, right? And Dallas Turner finna come in there. We finna sit down and talk.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. The thing is Miami. First Miami versus Alabama, first game of the season, right? Do you ever dream about like second Darren King, like in the first game, if you get a chance to get out there?
Yeah,
you thought about it?
Especially a team where I'm from.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, right now, man, give us a score. What do you think the score be? Going to be?
Let's see if he was close on the score. Miami versus Alabama.
Who was they?
35-10.
35-10.
35-10.
So man, that is, man. Dallas Turner say 35-10, man. And if he wrong, man, leave the man Instagram alone. All right, get off the man Twitter. And he put it out there, 35-10.
We want all the smoke.
He was close, Hayes.
What was the score?
It was bad. It was worse than 35-10.
Yeah, that's why I said one close. One close.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Dallas Turner, man. He came through Footballville, man, before he walked on them stages. That was maybe 2 weeks before he went to Alabama.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. Again, right? Another great player right out of South Florida, man, that went on to Alabama. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of it, dog.
Rick Sharp. Yep.
Damn you, Nick Saban. We could have been national champions until you start meddling in South Florida. Nah, but no, that's good stuff, man. Like I say, that's interesting, bro. And like I say, those things, his draft stock goes up and so forth. But we're going to see some guys' draft stock go down, right? We're going to see some guys that don't perform well at the draft. And a lot of it's going to come. I don't think they hold a lot when it comes to this part of it. This is where they train. It's going to come to those receivers and the drop balls. It's going to come to the Wonderlic test, which is the football IQ test. And they ask all type of crazy, stupid questions. But I think it's one of those things that people look at it for face value, right? Y'all know I'm a little nerd, and I'm full of a lot of useless information. I found a way to make it useful. Neil deGrasse Tyson, y'all don't know the black scientist, astrophysicist dude. He always do a lot of shorts and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, Street?
What? Neil deGrasse?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Know who he is? He the black scientist dude. He be on all the stuff.
Oh, I just saw him. Yeah, that's funny you bring that up. I just was watching a video this morning. He was talking about how zodiac signs don't.
Yeah, he always got, he all over Instagram. But anyway, he was talking about school. And he was talking about, you ever heard when people take calculus, for example? I'm not going to use this in the real world. And he said, you're right. But school was designed to make you think. Now, we ain't talking about what it's doing today, so y'all ease up on the chat. But you're talking about the design of school was to throw different things at you to figure out how to think and use your critical mind, right? But it also exposed you to different things. I said all that to say the same thing I believe with the Wonderlic test. It's not designed for what you see it. It's designed to see your thinking process, your thought process when you're in a hostile situation. I'm telling you, there's a lot of science behind this stuff, right? When you're in a hostile environment, right? When we talked about simulators versus real world, right?
Right.
And I think it's the same thing. It's a way of cognitively putting you on a football field and see, can you think through that process,
right?
And with time and stress and all of that kind of stuff. You're down by 10, blah, blah, blah. What is your thought process? Because y'all got to remember, these dudes are playing ball, but these owners are investing money. They invest in millions. And I tell people all the time, you ain't gonna buy nothing for $40 million and not see if everything works. I'm rolling every window up and down. I'm making sure the seats work. I'm making sure the trunk button work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it is.
Yeah. I remember before I became a correction officer, you got to do a lot of stuff. You got to do a lie detector test. You got to take a like a 200-page test of weird questions. So by the third time I took the test, I did through the process because I did different departments. It was a test in there where you sit down and say, okay, y'all sit down. You got a minute to take this test. And you sit down, and the first question may be, what's 10 times 10? And the third question may be, what's 7 divided into 28? And the fifth question may be, hey, John, walk into the blood. And the questions get harder and harder and harder. So by the third time I took the test, I just looked at the test, and I was like, man, what is this? And looked at the top of the test. Guess what the title of the test was?
What?
It was the Wonderlic test. Law enforcement take the same test. You just don't realize it.
Oh, wow.
It's the Wonderlic test. And it's a test that the question is maybe 20 questions. The questions get harder and harder and harder, and you don't have enough time to answer it. But they want to see what you just said. Under pressure, how fast can you think, and how far can you get down this paper? Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I guess it's the same thing to put you in. How could you think if you got to pull your gun and somebody thinking they're under pressure?
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize it's not about right and wrong answers. It's about the process, right? It's about the process. Did you follow the steps, right? Did you follow A, B, and C, or did you skip all that and just get to the end? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That's what they're saying. What's the process? But there's a lot of science behind it.
Somebody said, I wonder what Lawrence Phillips scored on the Wonderlic test. But you got to understand what we're saying. You got to understand. It doesn't mean that you're dumb. Right. It's who can think fast under pressure. Right. It's a different type of smart. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all hear, oh, he scored on the Wonderlic test, you just thinking, oh, man, he's dumb. No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, the test, if I never looked at the title of the test, I would have just kept thinking they're giving us some dumb shit. Like, I didn't.
Yeah. No, listen, no, I totally agree with you. Like I say, I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's what those things are all about, man, and those opportunities. But, you know, some of these guys go and they train and they try to get with guys and they pay, and these agents at this point, now they have agents. The agents foot. Here's the funny thing: the agents foot the bill for the training now, and this is
40 grand. I know that number.
And here's the funny thing: it's just no different than the rap, bro. It's no different than the rap deal. You tell me, I ain't never been in the rap game, but I always hear the 360 deal. You know, we're gonna front you this for your album. We're gonna front you this. Shout out to Trick Daddy. I was just listening to his Vlad interview. He was like, "Boy, man, I wasn't finna spend no $1 million on no video." That boy said, "Boy, I was throwing chicken wings, dog, peeing in people's bushes on my video. I wasn't going to spend no $1 million." He said, because what happened was the record companies, and this is what's tricky. He was saying the record companies are going to budget you $1 million, but you got to pay that back. You got to pay that back. But the sad part about it is the record company, even though you pay it back, the record company is going to make money off the sales because the videos spent so much. So they foot the bill, you pay it back, but then they get the residuals from whatever percentages they worked out in the sales.
So they give you a budget, you spend it all up, but you got to pay your budget back. That's not like.
That's what these deals. That's what I'm saying.
From the sale. Name another industry that's set up like that. It's like fronting somebody drugs.
Football is like that, bro. But football is like that. The agents come in, they got all the money, they get you the training, they take you around, especially before NIL. Where you think they got all the money for the watches and the jewelry and the new suits, and they send them to their tailor and they go in there and they put the suits on them and all this stuff and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But you're gonna pay it back.
They jocking it down, they writing it down, right, and they come out your budget.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not even wise enough. I'm not gonna say smart enough, but wise enough to realize they could be padding the stats. Matter of fact, I was watching this thing the other day talking about business. Trinidad James.
Yeah.
Trinidad James, he was talking about, I think T.I. was in that set, the remix of that All Gold Everything. They charged Trinidad James wardrobe fee, right? And T.I. ain't what number, the white t-shirt. They charged him $500 for a shirt. He wore the same t-shirt he came there with. He was talking about how the game goes. Oh, we got to have wardrobe. If I'm gonna do the video, you got to pay for my wardrobe, this, that, and that. He had no but regular old t-shirt that he came with.
Yeah, you got to have somebody combing that thing with a fine-tuned comb.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just a game. Listen, it's the best time of your life. You ain't even set up like that for the most part. Right. But I tell you this though, Hayes. Now here's the flip side of it. A lot of time, those agencies, right, write all of that stuff down and book it down, and now you're in the red with the agency. You got to pay them back because that's the leverage to keep you with their agency. I'm realizing that because the kids can fire the agent at any time. So the agent could be nice, right? We're gonna pay for your training for free, man. We just want you to sign with us, right? Right? Let me give y'all the other side of this. So we said, okay, we're gonna go with them guys. And FOIL, they're gonna pay for the training for free. We ain't gotta pay it back, right? Do the combine training, CAA come in and say, "Hey man, we'll give you $100,000 to bail and come be with us after the training." He fights the FOL, go to CAA. It's a slippery slope, bro. It is.
Well, it's a dirty
it's
game.
a slippery
It's money.
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. And it's also big bank take little bank, right? If I can go in there and I got a bigger bank and I could buy you out, you know what I mean? Because I know the long game is this dude's gonna make me money over time. It's just like record companies used to buy out contracts for artists just to put them on the shelf so they wouldn't be a competitor for another artist that they have on their label. So it's cheaper. Instead of you eventually blowing up and we become competitors, I'm gonna buy out Cool. I'm just using this example. I'm gonna buy out Cool in the game and not put their records out so Earth, Wind, and Fire can flourish.
Oh, we've seen it happen numerous times.
Oh, yeah.
Numerous times. We've seen it happen. Dudes buried on record labels. We've seen it happen numerous times.
Dang, Ben McCain say, I guess he's talking about Don King. Don King charged Mike Tyson for towels. God. For real, them draft parties, them agents pay for that. Every bottle that you want to pop, we pop a bottle. Don't worry about it. You gonna get that little receipt at the end. And to the agents, that's only fair. It's not your money. Like, I can't go. What I'm saying is, you want to go out here and spend 70, 80,000. I'm not talking about the training, but I'm talking about you want to go out here. You say you want to advance for 100,000. I'm just like I'm a loan shark now. Yeah, I get it to you.
Yeah, because it gives you leverage. See, this is so. Listen, this is the game. The player can fire the agent at any time. How does the agent gain leverage over the player, right, and help him out at the same time? He put him in the red. So
like Bitcoin is right now. Dang, Bitcoin went down.
he put him in the red, dog. And if you ask me, it's a business, it's a normal business practice, but kids just don't understand it. That's what I'm saying, Hayes. Like, some of these weekends got to be spent getting a team together or learning some business. Every weekend can't be backpedaling from since you was 10 years old. Because once you get to the door, the sharks are on the other side of the door. And they understand business. So he put you in the red. I done seen dudes get drafted first round. And it's 2 weeks and they feeling like they depressed. They feel like they owe their agent the world. Like, damn, man, I feel like I work for him.
Right.
Because you done borrowed so much, you don't took so much money up front.
And eventually you do work for him because they're going to want that money back. Somebody said you can't give them cash. I understand. It's not about cash, but no, these agents not stupid. And I think J-Dub says they have to put a clause in there. Bro, they got these standard, like, this stuff becomes standard now all of a sudden. And the thing is, can you read the information that's presented to you? As a shorty, right, and your family who's being represented by Agent X, do you truly understand the language that's in these contracts? And that's the real question. The language. Not that you can't read. Can you understand the language and how it's written in these contracts? And they're all meant to be misleading.
Nope. This shit written in another language.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's written. Yeah. I mean, I think it was all done on purpose. I mean, but you got to get somebody that talk the language.
Yeah. And then now you got to be able to trust that person that they ain't going to screw you. Like, that's why I tell people, man, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong and maybe I look at life different. If I'm a top 10 pick, especially, I'm not saying any people, I'm a top 10 pick, especially, I'm be want to take some business classes. I need to at least understand what APR mean. Right?
At least. At least.
ROI. Just, I mean, when you go in there and hear this terminology, you want to at least understand what it means. You just sit in the room with a chunk on. Yo, boy, why I sign, boy? Why I sign that, boy? Boy, shoot. Mama, we made it. Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah. Mama.
Let me ask you a question, Street. Let me ask you a question because we already 45 in.
What's up?
On a scale of 10, generally speaking, where does the combine rank for you in player evaluation as an NFL organization? A GM, scouting department, owner. Where does it rank? Like scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, saying, I look at player X out there running around in the underwear Olympics.
Yeah.
What is it? What does that do for his stock? His stock, I guess.
From a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's somewhere around a 7 or 8. And this is what I'm explaining to you. I think it's important from a standpoint that I think some people don't think about. I think these scouts fly around, evaluate tape, and go these dudes' schools, right? All year long. They seen these guys play football. What the combine does is give you a chance to get a stock underpriced. That's what it does. Leonard Taylor don't want to work out.
Explain that.
Leonard Taylor don't want to practice. Leonard Taylor don't want to practice for the combine. He out here. I'm just saying. I'm just giving a name. And he walk in here and he bombs at the combine. Name some people y'all don't know went to the combine and didn't do well, ran slow, right? But the tape say they could play. It brings their value down. Now you can get a Leonard Taylor in the 3rd round. Now you can get a Leonard Taylor in the 2nd round, right?
For the cheap.
Right? Is it real? Not really. On draft day, a video came out of the old lineman smoking weed, right?
Oh, my man with the mask on. With the
mask on. Drove his value down, allowed the Dolphins to be able to get him later. So the combine is something, it's thrown in the way to make stock go up and stocks go down. And if you're a smart GM, you could be like, hold up, man, listen, man, we know Leonard Taylor could play. But he just ran, he just ran a 5-1.
Tunsil, yes.
Maybe we get Leonard Taylor late in the 2nd round now. Because the T-shirt Olympics just drove his value down a little.
You know what? That's very interesting, bro. It's interesting you say that. And I'm gonna give, man, listen, I'm gonna give you a round of applause, dog. Y'all clap it up for me, dog. Here's why I say that. And again, that's why I love getting on these shows and talking. I thought about it, but I never thought about it. Meaning the elite players, the top 10 picks, I don't care what their numbers say, they're going to still be top 10 picks. But to your point, that particular player, whatever, whoever it may be, it may drive their stock down. But on the flip side, I'm looking at the kid from Houston Christian University that ran the whatever he ran. It puts eyes on him, but because he probably played at a lower level,
right?
He increased it enough, but not enough to break the bank. We sell 10 more hot dogs, we can cover that, no problem.
Right. It could go both ways.
Right. But it never drives the stock up because whatever that up stock is, it's already there. For example, Marvin Harrison. I don't care if he came out there and ran a 6 flat. They'll make an excuse. Oh, well, he had a toe injury. That's why. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he's not even participating in any of this.
Nothing. Marvin Harrison saying, I'm staying home. Senior day, pro day. He said, I ain't going to nothing. If y'all ain't get what y'all got off that tape, get out my face.
And guess what? He's still going to be a first 5 pick.
Mm-hmm. Because what I just said, going to the combine can only hurt him.
Right. He already a top pick. Like, hey, shout out to how you upgrade number 1. Like, how do you upgrade the number 1 wide receiver in the class? That doesn't mean he might not be the first pick because of need. But if he's the first wide receiver off the board, he's the number 1 pick of that position. You know, the number 1 overall pick, you know, again, we've seen that based on need. But if you're the number 1 wide receiver, you're going to pick me before you pick anything. What I need to go out here and bench press 225 or receivers, I guess they do 185. Well, I need to bench press that for 75 times. You know that 3-cone drill you want me to run? I did that every Saturday. But it was 3 defenders that the cones was fighting back.
Right. They don't. I mean, now so him sitting out, I don't think hurts the combine none. Now, the NFL is a shield. This is what people need to understand. It's a shield. What comes first to the owners is the NFL. They got to protect that thing because that thing is what makes money.
That's right.
That's the Colin Kaepernick thing. Like when Colin Kaepernick, like nobody would pick up Lamar Jackson when he became a free agent. Nobody would touch Colin Kaepernick. Because don't think that at some point in time, they'll sit down and be like, hey, listen, Marvin Harrison, below 10. Nobody get him. If they have to ever protect the shield, because they don't want 20 players saying they're not coming to the combine. So if somebody has to get sacrificed, I believe they would band together. That's kind of far-fetched, but I believe they would if it starts becoming something. You see them slap people on the head numerous times. Oh, homeboy, numerous times. When they say we're not touching you, that's it. Oh, man, that man still could play, man. Why he ain't in the league? You can't tell me that is a 32-team phone call. Yeah.
Because, again, back to what you were saying. Yes, this player X may be able to play, but is he worth the long run money that you're going to make? That's a short game. That's a short-term answer. But my man, if you go against the grain on this, you about to lose some long-term money.
Right. Because the money, the money comes from the success of the NFL. That's how they get the big money, not the success of Marvin Harrison doing well for the Bengals.
Right.
So they know when to chop somebody's head off.
Right.
Hey, listen, we can't have people protesting during our games. Colin Kaepernick won't play another down here ever again. And it's because we can't have people protesting during our games. It's the same concept that I said when I said the inmate yell out, on the street, I can have an extra roll of toilet paper. And I yell back, no. Just because he said it in front of everybody. Because if I give it to him, then I got to do it for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, same concept. So every now and then, they band together and get the guillotine going and chop heads off. T.O. can still play, man. That's it. Dennis Bryant can still play. Why? That's it. It happens, man. Oh, did you hear about Adrian Peterson, man? Like what they saying?
No, I haven't heard it. What happened?
They saying he having money problems, man. They say Adrian Peterson borrowed $5.6 million to pay back creditors that he already had.
Wow.
They say he made like 100. They say he made a lot of money, dog. They was playing his highlight tape under under Shannon, the Shay Shay Club, and the highlight tape looked like it just looped. That's how good he was. It just looked like it was just highlight after highlight after highlight.
I'll say this, man. Was that me and you talking about it? Well, I know you've always said it. I'll let you say it because I don't want to jack up the famous line. I love it, and I've always taken it. But we were talking about people who made a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I think we were talking about it. I think me and you were talking about this. Maybe my man at work, we were talking.
We talked about it numerous times.
Yeah, but I knew it was just recently. So if you make $100 million, this is what I want people to know. It was my man at work. I remember this clearly. Shout out to Smooth in the building. 100 million. Let's just say he made $100 million. $100 million is a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money. Here's the problem. If you're out here buying $15 million houses, $100,000 cars, but you're not finding ways to replenish it.
Mm-hmm.
100 million will go at all times. I'll explain and I'll let you go with your quote.
Right.
We look at Shaquille O'Neal. I used him for example. That's why I remember it was a coworker.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal can make dumb purchases that make no sense. Right? He can go out there and make a $20 million dumb purchase. But the difference between, and I'm just using Adrian Peterson in this example, the difference between Shaquille O'Neal and Adrian Peterson, just looking at it on the surface, Shaquille O'Neal gonna go shoot a Papa John's commercial for $20 million next Saturday and replenish that money when Adrian Peterson spent $20 million and it's not being replenished. That's the difference. Shaquille O'Neal gonna go make a general commercial to pay for some jet he bought, the Shawnee 5. Remember the silver plane he bought her? I'm finna go make an icy hot commercial to buy that plane back when Adrian Peterson buy his lady a Shawnee 5 plane.
Right.
But he don't have, and that's kind of what I was going to back to the NIL and creating a lead list. I thought about it after I said it when I did that thing the other night, but creating a lead list for potential stuff later. But anyhow.
Yeah. No, money's the seed. That quote that you're talking about. Money's a seed. And we never plant the seed and grow a tree and eat off the tree. We just go take the seeds to the market and sell it. Well, like, let me explain. The farmer gets seeds. He plants them in the ground and he grows a crop. He eats off the crop, produces more seeds, and he planted back in the ground. So to make the distinction between the two, tomorrow, y'all Friday, y'all about to get paid seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep paying the phone bill with the seeds, throwing it up at the strip club, buying shoes, paying your car payment with the seeds, and you never plant the seeds anywhere to produce more seeds, you'll eventually be broke when the seeds stop coming.
Mm-hmm.
So look at money as a seed. You have to put it somewhere so it could produce for you, and you still have your seeds. You produce more seeds, and eventually you get it to a point where you're producing money, and you're not just a consumer working hard work for money. Get your seeds and you spend them, and you back at it Monday.
Right.
Right.
So and that's a perfect example.
Mayweather, Shaq, those guys figured out how to plant seeds. You know what I'm saying?
And not even that. And they plant in the one seed, for example, the seed, like till you said, somebody say, Smooth say he threw away $1 million on a birthday party. It all depends on how you look at it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I almost saying you're right. Smooth, check me out. You can throw away $1 million on a birthday party if you're going to make $1 million tomorrow. But you're also right, Smooth. It is throwing away $1 million if $1 million ain't coming in tomorrow. So yes, you're correct. But like Shaq will go spend $1 million one night out at a nightclub But he know when he wake up tomorrow, 2 million is coming in.
Mhm.
That's why he's so generous buying things for people, doing these things. Yeah, we can get to the business of the tax write-off, but let's just keep it simple. Because he knows I have more fruit that are coming on this tree. I plant the apple seed, right? I let it grow. I nurture it, build it, blah, blah, blah. What is that? That is building all of those relationships with the Papa John's, the Icy Hot, the General. This man selling printers out of Office Depot. This man got his own furniture in Office Depot. That's the nurturing process. And then the seeds are the residuals that's coming from it. He will now be getting checks from Epson and all these different places and all the different things he had. The problem is we got all this money and we have nowhere for it to grow. And we think we have a lot of money. We got to have a lot of return. And I'll let you explain that before we get up out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So explain to me about the $1,000 this morning on Bitcoin, because I think it makes sense. A lot of people don't understand.
About $1,000 in Bitcoin. What do you mean?
So remember I asked you this morning, you said, oh, Hayes, it went up percentage. And I said, so for math, say if I put $1,000 in there and you said it went up 20%. Well, 20% of $1,000 is $200.
Yeah. Right. So 20%, right? Right. So Bitcoin in the last 2 or 3 weeks, let's see, Bitcoin. In the last month, Bitcoin is up 46%. Now, what does that mean? Because I remember I did the thing with my mom. She put $100 in it. It turned into $400, 300%. And she was like, that's only $300. And I was like, Mama, that's 300%. Good Lord. But I couldn't explain it to her. So it didn't hit home like it was supposed to. The last month, Bitcoin is up 45%. In the last year, it's up 174%. If you put $1,000 in Bitcoin a year ago, today you would have, doing quick math, $2,700. Now, what does that mean? When you go to the bank, they say, hey, open up this savings account. It gives you back 2% annual return. Well, Bitcoin just gave you back 174% annual return. Now, if you had put $100,000 in there, if you put $50,000 in there a year ago, you would now have $170,000, somewhere around there. 100,700, somewhere like around there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a percentage. So it's however much money you put in there, and it's percentage. Hayes could have put 1,000. He would have made 1,700. I could have put 100,000. I'd have made 170,000. Same place, same time.
Yeah, but the principle was bigger. So here's real quick. I want to say, disclaimer. Now we ain't I ain't no financial advisor. I think I gotta say that on YouTube.
Man, don't listen to Hayes. He ain't got an 800 credit score. He don't listen to Hayes.
820 to be actually 820 to be exact. I ain't ashamed to tell it. 820.
That man know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. Invested, but he know his way of getting money.
Right. So here's what I'll tell people. The problem with that in their eyes, that's a slow grow. I gave you $1,000. It takes 365 days to get $1,000. So I'm just saying, if you think about it. So, the problem with most people who don't understand money is that's a slow grow. You telling me I got to take $1,000 that I could be using to buy some Jordans with. I got to let it sit for a whole year to get another $1,000? No, I'd rather just go work harder. Here's where the problem is. The extra problem with it, and I tell people this, we talked about spending. You'll put 1,000 in, and in a year you will have 2,000. The problem is you spent 2,000 on a birthday party. So you've not only eaten the fruit, you also dug up the root.
Right.
So what people have to learn is you have to live off the interest of these things. So yes, Streeter has $100,000 in the bank. Let's just go easy math. $100,000 on the bank, but I got a 10% return. Let's just keep it super simple. I get a 10% return. That 100,000 only made you $10,000. The problem is people think they see 100,000 in the bank, they can spend more. No, you can't spend more than $10,000 because the $100,000 is the root, is the seed.
Yeah.
You can only spend up to that 10,000 without touching your principal, and next year you get another 10, and maybe a 12 or 15. It goes up
and then compound interest, and then
yeah. But I was just saying, the problem is I got 100,000. Don't mean you could go spend 100,000. That's the problem. Yeah.
No. I mean, but we haven't been taught that because they need us to be consumers. So we can work hard for the money and put it back in the businesses that they own. Food, clothes, toys, cars, holidays. I mean, so we haven't been taught that. I mean, so yeah, if you kept all your income taxes and ate off of, you know what I'm saying, and just kept them, like you've been stacking 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, 6,000, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, you can eat off the interest that you're making from them if you put them in the right place. I mean, some of these stocks are crazy. I mean, Nvidia up 700% in the last year, and it ain't like we ain't see it coming. They make all the AI chips. We saw it coming a year ago.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it, to your point, and I'll say this kind of in conclusion, is we get tax returns and we go burn them up right in the Gucci store. We get tax returns. We go put down on a brand new car, but we don't think about the maintenance. We don't think about brand new tires. We don't think, like, those are the things that, what I'm saying, you eat the principle.
Right.
So yeah, I may have $1 million in the bank, but if I can get just think about this. If I put $1 million in the bank, I want to make this clear. You put $1 million in the bank, and you get let's just say I'm gonna get real low. Let's just say a 4% return. That's 40 grand a year you make on just your $1 million sitting in the bank. The problem is you don't want to be a millionaire on a $40,000 a year budget. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how do you tell people, yeah, boy, I'm a millionaire, baby, but I got a Honda Accord? See, I'm not saying it's about, I just want people to understand how it works.
You see, emotions, man, it plays a lot into it. Like worrying about what people think, you know what I'm saying? And all of that. But I mean, you're right, man. But it's the way we view money. You have to look at it different. And it took me a long time, few mentors, sitting in front of a computer watching lines, is to me to start looking at it different, like start seeing it different. I don't see how. Like, want to get it out here? Because I got one for you with investing.
Talk to me.
I don't see how I could walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, I got this purse half price off. It's $1,000 purse. Give me $500 for your lady, man," and they'll do it. Oh, I got these J's half off, man. Give me $200, man. They're usually $400, and they'll do it. But as soon as I say, "Hey, dog, if you put $200 in Bitcoin or in Nvidia," the first thing they say is, "I can lose my money." I don't see how we walk around every day losing money at every stop. But as soon as somebody asks you about investing, the first question you ask is, "Can I lose my money?" I don't know what psychology that is. I've been trying to figure that out.
All right, two things I'm gonna help you with then. I'll be honest. There's two things. One, investing is not tangible to most people. That purse is tangible, meaning I see it. That's also my problem with Bitcoin. Me and you be talking about. I see $500, right? I get that part. The second part is you hear the war stories. There was a movie called Boiler Room. I don't know if you heard of it. Star-studded. Ben Affleck, Vin Diesel. I think it's Vin Diesel in there. Halle Berry's in that movie. Great movie. Have you ever seen the movie?
Yeah.
Bro, great movie. Boiler Room. And people here, when they hear investing, they only think of day trading where you can lose it all. There are so many different programs out there, zero risk, but low reward, right? You may only make 5%, but you can never lose your money. There are so many different programs, tax shelter annuities, all this stuff, IRAs, Roth IRA, all of that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, Nia Long. Thank you, Reggie. Nia Long, not Holly Berry. Holly be on my mind lately. But anyway, so to that point, that's why.
Yeah.
And if nobody ever sat you down, and I'm gonna tell you this straight up, Street, I put this up here because it was remind me of the draft, but I don't know what the F none of these numbers are. I have no idea. This stuff keep bouncing. Liquidation, something on fire over there. This thing bouncing. So you're illiterate to the situation.
I don't even know where you. This is fancy. I don't even know where you got this from. This fancy. This old fancy.
Man, I got connections, dog.
No, but that's dog. Like, I get what you're saying, but when they brought a purse, so they brought the Jordans, did they lose their money?
In their mind, no, because they got a product in return. And the only way you're going to lose it is somebody steals it, right? In a sense. Doesn't mean it didn't get devalued. So I'm with you.
Right.
But I have something tangible to say, no, I exchanged $500 and you gave me this item. Versus me give you $500 and I don't see it no more. And I could lose it or I could not.
No, you're right. I mean, you're right. That's what it is. But my question is, like you said, what is once they hand you them Jordans or they hand you that purse, what is now the value of it? Because everybody not buying Birkins. You know what I'm saying? So you have lost something. But I just think we're comfortable being consumers. We're comfortable being buyers.
Yeah, that's the
sometimes we throw it up. Sometimes we take out some money and just go throw it up at Diamond. $500. Hey, dog, you should put $500 in Apple. I can lose my money. Last time I put my money in Apple, it went down.
Hey,
you get through $500, dog. You ain't get nothing back, Hayes.
Shoot, I lost $500.
Where?
In some apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole world was looking at her. I lost my money at Apple. I'm saying I lost my money at Apple, but it was some apple bottom jeans. But anyway,
I'm just saying, man, it's moments where we don't care about losing money.
Of course. And it's okay. And that's part of living too, right? I think that's okay. But you also have to realize the pyramid of life, right? It's only a few people at the top and many more people at the bottom. And so those people that fall within the bottom of that pyramid, that's where it goes. And I get it. But let me get into my I don't see how, because we already 115 in this deal.
Yo.
Hold up. I had an I don't see how. I don't know why I ain't think of if I was on the phone. This was you straight up. Real quick, tell the people what they're looking at on the screen right quick while I look up. I don't see how.
Oh no, man, that's the chart, man. That's the chart. That's Bitcoin. The lines up and down. Green is when it goes up. Red lines is when it's going down. At the bottom, that's the volume. That's how much money coming in at that time. I can't see at the top. I can't see what time frame he in, but each one of them bars equals a different time frame. So say if he was in the hour time frame, each green, red bar will be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's just going to time. So there go the time right there, 18:30, 18:13. So it's 6 o'clock today. So it looks like he's in the minute. Look like he's in the minute time frame. 15, 17. It looks like he's in a minute time frame. So 6:15, 6:17. So each bar equals a minute on the chart. And it looks confusing, but this is Bitcoin price going up and down. That's it. That is the price of Bitcoin going up and down. And if you look at
what causes it to change so fast every minute?
People taking money in and putting money, people pulling money out and putting money in.
Gotcha.
That's simple as that. What's making it go up and down is people taking money out and people putting money in. If good news come out about Bitcoin, all these big hedge funds, they're all AI generated. They hear certain words, they AI invest for them. Money flows into the market. It's not like a dude in the basement sitting down with Trump money, and he don't ever get off. And every time something good happens, he hit a button. No, man, it's all computer generated. Oh, they say somebody said the word depression. Oh, all their money come out the stock market, goes into bonds, and it happens automatically. Just back and forth between that. I remember Mark Cuban talked about that. So the stock market is nothing but emotions. Nothing but emotions.
That should be the title of your book.
The
Wolf of Hay Street. Yes, sir.
The Wolf of Hay Street. That's
We're
Reggie.
gonna let that sit there for a little bit.
Bitcoin is 61,000 right now, Reggie.
Man, I don't
touch 63,000. Go ahead.
Can I tell you something? I've been watching it since I started. It was at 61,200. No, I'm saying since we started the show, I was saying it was at 61,200 and some odd dollars. Now it's at 61,545, $46. So within this 1 hour and 15-minute time frame, is going up $300.
Exactly, real fast. The highest Bitcoin has ever been is like 69,000. Now think about what I'm saying. We said Bitcoin was dead. It was down to 25,000, I think, last year. It's about to go to the higher. It's called a higher high. The highest highs it's ever been. It's about to surpass the highest it's ever been. And once it gets there, it's in no man's land. It can run. It can go anywhere. It can go anywhere. It's 9,000 from the highest it's ever been. And people thought Bitcoin was dead when Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live and Dogecoin went down.
Give me some Dogecoin.
You can. That's worth like some cents, I think. 10 cents. I don't know, something like that.
I don't see how I keep forgetting my dog eyes up. I don't see how. Well, they say you was trading. They've been trading frozen orange juice for years. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, man, let's get up out of here, man. We on here with the Wolf of Hay Street. I like that, Reggie.
What's the OC how, man? You froze for me, man. What's the OC how?
I forgot. I don't see how. I always forget my I don't see how.
Oh,
like I suck at it. Bro.
You didn't say that, dog.
No, I ain't say nothing.
No, man. Listen, I want to. Okay, this is football channel, right? I want to explain to people why we talk about trading so much. It's a football channel, but we talk about finances more because what I realized and what Hayes realized on his own time is that even when these kids make it, they get to the door and don't understand money. And that NIL is about to go to high school. So right. So Adrian Peterson's story will keep happening if they don't ever understand money. That's why we try to make this conversation normal, right? When we talk about football, right. It's good we can talk about entertainment, but me and Hayes happen to give a fuck, right? So we talk about things that kind of matter. And
because this is life, dog. This is life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it's not just about Bitcoin, right? I want to just make sure I put that out there too. We talk about Bitcoin because it's hot. But for me, like I say, I need to learn more. I've been stubborn. I just talk the street about it. Like, man, I got a video for you, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I'm just simply saying that, there are other ways to do it. May not be as fast, may not be as slow, but I think it's worth, to me personally, I do think it's worth a person to investigate it. And if there are any parents out here and you get an NIL deal, be smart with it. Use it, invest it. Imagine if your kid gets an NIL deal as a freshman, 2024 freshman. By 2028, what could that be? Again, I'm not speaking of Bitcoin or anything, whatever. Pick an investment. Just be knowledgeable of it. That's all I'm saying. And imagine if you let that seed ferment for 4 years and see what happens. That's all we said. That's all we're really saying. Put that, if you go out there and get, hell, if you get a $10,000, let's be honest, if you get a $10,000 NIL deal, I'm not gonna be an old stick in the mud. Take 2,000 and splurge. Take the other 8 and put it up.
Oh well, yeah.
I ain't tripping.
And we're not financial advisors. That's what like somebody just said. No, we're not financial advisors. We're talking about what we will do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we will do. We're not financial advisors. You listen to us. Hey, Bitcoin may go down. But what we're saying is the conversations have to be had, and these conversations have to be heard. I don't care if you're just passing by. Because that's how it happens in homes where kids, their parents aren't just sitting them down, teaching them about the market and how businesses, they hear different conversation. They just hear a different conversation every day. They hear your mama complaining about her boss, and they hear their daddy, the boss, coming home talking about boss shit.
Yeah, making payroll, investing in this, doing that. Right, it's a total different conversation. Right. Hey, Jenny, I got to make $100,000 payroll this week, and blah, 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 blah. And you end up talking about, boy, I wish my boss leave me alone. He always come here asking for extra stuff. That ain't in my job description. I want him to give me a pay advance so I can go out here and go to the dog track. I'm finna go to get me a tattoo that say TGIL. Thank God it's Friday, and make sure I wear a low cut shirt right here so he could read it. Because I don't want to deal with him no more. But anyway, I'm just talking trash. Anyway, listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. We out of here. It's a lot of red. Turn green right now. Tell that thing to turn green, Streeter. Too much red.
It's going though. It's going. 61 today. It'll be in 70.
Butterfly. What's up, Butterfly? But anyway, we out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I need y'all to run them likes up the same way Bitcoin running right now, or whatever it is out there. And let's see if we can catch it in subscribers.
Yo.
But all of this said, we out here. Peace.